Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to talk about something a bit darker. I want to talk about the world of online gambling. There are many people out there who have a serious gambling problem, and that is fueled by greedy companies. There's no doubt about it. Now, for context, I do not gamble online. I haven't gambled online for about 5 years. I just don't see the point. I do go to Vegas quite often, and I do gamble there in person. But online gambling, no, I do not gamble online. I have gambled online. I've never become an addict, not personally, but the addiction is there. It's easy for people to become addicted. The thought of winning, the thought of clearing debts, the thought of the rush, the adrenaline, it's dangerous. You go to somewhere like Vegas and you play on slot machines. There is a cap currently of $1,200 that you have to wait for someone to come and cash out. But there's no limit on how much you can put in. Well, that is theoretically the same if you go online. There are many casinos, at least here in the UK, things like Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes, and then you get the other ones that are a bit more open, because they're based in Gibraltar or Malta. You've got something like Party Casino or Play Ojo or wherever. And then you get into the realms of things like stake. Stake is the biggest problem the world has when it comes to online gambling. You see people like TT Dante, Tact, Fencer GG. You see all these gambling ridiculous amounts, all on stake or roulette. If roulette's still going, I don't actually know. The biggest one I know about is stake. These people are known as influencers to a degree, but they have an addiction. They have a serious addiction. The amount that they gamble, they do a video every single day, and that is dangerous. They do giveaways. Okay, fair enough. In credit to them, that's their job at the end of the day. They've made their career of streaming online gambling. Whether they play that Crazy Time wheel or roulette or blackjack or slots or Lightning Storm, or then you get to the realms of Adventures in Wonderland, which is a different provider, or Money Drop Live, all that kind of stuff. There's just an infinite amount of things that you can gamble on online, and it is dangerous. Let me put this into perspective. How hard is it for somebody to get to stake, put money in, and gamble? I know there's regulations. Yeah, okay, in the UK, fair enough, it is difficult for someone under 18 to get onto a gambling website and gamble. But let me put this to you. Imagine if I had an account on some gambling website. I'm not going to name one for this example, but some gambling website. Right, it's on my phone. And my son gets on it. My son is 13 and he starts gambling and gets addicted. Who's to blame there? Is it me because my phone was so easily accessible? Is it my son because he was curious? Or is it the gambling websites? Well, in all fairness to the gambling websites, no, that probably isn't their fault. That would be my fault. This is where the issue lies as well. It is not just the gambling websites. They are not just the problem. It is the people gambling. In that example, if I'd have left my phone open there for my son to start gambling and get hooked, that's on me as well. And I think it's unfair to a degree to blame these companies for things like that, because it's not their fault. It is user error, it's not company error. But that doesn't excuse how shady some of the practices are when it comes to online gambling. For example, there are websites out there that you can go on and bet on horse racing or soccer or whatever. But if you start winning, they will restrict your bets. How is that fair? They do not give a shit about how much you lose, but they care when you're winning. Gambling is not for winners. Gambling is for losers. And the online gambling websites know this. If you go to an actual physical casino, the rules and regulations around that are probably less strict. Like, they're not going to stop you from gambling unless, like, for example, they think you're a card counter playing blackjack. I've seen Stephen Bridges. He's a YouTuber who basically does card counting, and he's epic. If you ever fancy something like that, go and watch Stephen Bridges. He's really good with his card counting and his undercover stuff. It's really, really good entertainment. Anyway, they will push back and say, your bets are limited. You can't bet more than whatever per hand because they suspect you of card counting. That's about the closest you'll come to being bet restricted. So the companies online, whether it is Ladbrokes or Betfred, whoever, they only care if you're losing, right? You put $1,000, we'll do dollars just to make this more universal, okay? You put $1,000 into BetMGM, okay? You play and play and play, and you turn that $1,000 into $30,000, right? You can't just cash that out. You're going to have to provide some information. You're going to have to jump through hoops just to pay out. Now, I can't speak for America personally, but I can speak for the UK in this, right? If you win £30,000 legitimately, they have to pay you out. You know, they're not allowed to say, right, we need to get this, this, and this, and this, and this from you. We need to get where you've lived for the last 25 years. We need documents of this from 16 years ago. They're doing that to prevent payouts, and they cannot do that. They all do it. They all prevent you from cashing out with these sleazy methods, but they can't. And you go to a gambling regulator, and the sad thing is, the gambling regulator does fuck all, right? And that's sad. And these people are becoming addicted. What happens to that £30,000 they can't cash out? Well, they piss it all away. They gamble it back and lose the original £1,000 that they had. All because of a system that only cares about you losing. They don't want you to win. And that is dangerous. It's beyond dangerous. Where does this come into video games? Loot boxes. Loot boxes are gambling. There's no doubt about it. And in recent years, I'd say last 10 years, it's been very, very prominent in saying, right, that's being banned. In several countries, I do believe loot boxes are already banned. And they cannot be part of a video game. In other places, they are not. But at the end of the day, that is how young people are becoming addicted to gambling. They're paying for loot boxes in the hope that they get something really rare and awesome, but then they don't. So they try again, they don't. They try again, they nearly get something really good. Oh, so close, so close. The so close factor. There you go. I was so close, I better try again. So they try and try and try. And before you know it, they're not on these video games anymore. They're on Stake or they're on some other gambling website, and they're gambling and they're trying to get a YouTube channel going because they've seen their favorite YouTuber win 100,000 grand on Crazy Time. And they start, and then they try and get affiliates, and then people signing up using their code. And it just goes on and on and on. Where does it end? Where does it end? Gambling is a serious issue for so many people. It's an issue for me because 5 years ago I gave up gambling online, and I said I didn't have an addiction. Some people would say, yes, I did have an addiction. I would play almost every single day, not massive amounts, but I would estimate over my lifetime I've lost thousands. But, you know, thankfully I've also won money as well, but I would say I've lost more than I've won. When I go to Vegas, it's different. I restrict myself. I have a limit. That money is already as good as dead. So when I come back with money from Vegas, like I have done the last 3 times, it's a bonus, it's a win, it's great, it's fantastic. But I know that going any further than that is an addiction. I know that going any further than that, I will lose. So I walk away with what I've got. And that is a problem that most people who play online on Stake or wherever have. That they cannot walk away. In fact, these influencers that you see betting hundreds of thousands sometimes. It's just absolutely insane. Okay, look, fair enough. TT Dante, those Fencer, they don't bet hundreds of thousands. You know, they are working in the thousands, tens of thousands. I've seen TT Dante win like up to $1 million at some point, but okay, fair enough. But then you have the likes of Trainwrecks, and I believe Rothstein is using fake money, so I'm not even going to buy, and I'm not going to entertain that idea. But someone like Trainwrecks, where you constantly see millions of dollars in his balance, I personally believe that is legitimate. I've no doubt about that's legitimate. He actually seems like a very genuine streamer using genuine real money, his own money, I would assume. But there is something that these streamers do not always tell you. Now, there is the illusion of they're using fake money. No, I don't think it is fake. None of them use fake money. But what I will say, apart from Rothstein, which I believe was outed, but again, we're not on about him here. Let's take Tact, for example. Okay? Tact has been probably the most open I've seen about how the industry works in that way. It's not fake money, it's his money, but the casino pays him money to bring people in to make videos. So I don't know the numbers. I don't think they've ever disclosed it. I assume it's part of their terms and agreements that they cannot disclose how much the casino pays them. But let's say Stake pays Takt $10,000 a month to make videos every single day. Takt will take that money and he can do whatever he wants with that. But at the end of the day, that money's gone straight back to the casino. So for that first $10,000, he is not using his own money, but it is his own money. It's the money given to him by the casino. He's blown through that 10,000. He goes into his own money at that point. But what you forget is Takt has a YouTube channel. He gets people subscribing to him. He gets people watching. He gets people signing up for things. He gets people signing up into Stake. So he gets commission on that, and he gets paid from Google, YouTube, for whatever people watch on his channel. So he's probably accumulating thousands a month. Now, overall, I would assume that he probably is maybe even per month. I think it just depends on whatever his terms are with Stake. Maybe he gets given 100 grand a month. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's how it works. It is their own money, but it's money given to them by the casino to make those videos. Because at the end of the day, to the casino, paying Takt or paying TT Dante, that's marketing. That's just marketing money. That's all it is. There's no need for Stake to do marketing in that sense, because their marketing budget goes to the influencers who do the marketing for them, who in turn bring people into Stake and piss away thousands. Now, like I said, I've no disrespect against Takt, TT Dante, whoever I've mentioned in this video, no disrespect at all. So please don't take it as disrespect or anything like that, because I actually, to a degree, admire them. They're consistent. They do what they need to do to actually live. They are humans at the end of the day, and they found a way to make a career. My career, well, I have my own in real life career, and my other career is here on YouTube doing mostly Unity tutorials, teaching people how to make video games. But that's a different channel, not this channel. This channel's only very small. It only makes a couple of pence a day. So it's growing, I guess. But like I say, you've all got to start somewhere. You know, you look at some of these old videos by some of these influencers and they use small balances, and you can tell at the point that the casino has reached out to them and said, we'll pay you money because you have eyes on your channel, so bring people to us and we'll give you money. And that's how it works. But a lot of the time, the people that watch these channels don't know that. They really don't know that. So whereas someone like TT Dante could piss away 100 grand a month, he's getting paid 100 grand a month from Stake to do the videos. But like I say, I don't know the actual amounts. I wouldn't even want to hazard a guess. So unless they say how much they make, whatever. But either way, they do get money for what they're doing because it's marketing for the casino. And again, this is where it comes back to being dangerous, because the people who are, you know, want to watch them and aren't aware of this and love it and want to try and win themselves, they don't know that these people are being paid by the casino. It's not fake money, but they're being paid by the casino and they don't know that. And it's a trap at the end of the day. And it's horrible to use that word because it makes it sound like I'm disrespecting people, and I'm not. But it's dangerous. The world of online gambling is dangerous. If you're susceptible to become addicted to anything, whether it is a video game, whether it is chocolate, whether it is coffee, whether it is gambling, then if you are gambling, take a step back and think, I don't want to be addicted. I don't want to lose everything. Because you become addicted, you will lose everything. I can guarantee it. So don't. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. It's gone on longer than I thought. Yeah, it really has gone longer than I thought, this video. I know it's a bit of a different video, and I know I mainly talk about video games on this channel, but at the end of the day, gambling is in video games, and it's important to get this message out there that gambling online is dangerous. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.